The Bible Goes West by J.E. Tucker. Genesis, the creation and the fall. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and rustled God's cattle. The Spirit of God moved upon the face of the earth and shot him. God said,
"Let there be vengeance."
God saw the vengeance, that it was good. And God divided the right from the wrong. God called the right his riders, and the wrong his bounties. And dusk till dawn was the first ride. God said,
"Let there be a line in the dirt, and let it divide those who ride with me and those whom cross me."
God made a line with the barrel of his rifle, and 7 righteous stepped to his side. And it was so. God called the righteous heaven's Hellions, and dusk till dawn was the second ride. God said,
"Let me bounties gather unto one place, and let a town appear."
and it was so. God called the town Dodge, and gathered together the brush and logs, and let a great fortification appear. God said,
"Come forth, cowards, and yield your guns, and if you yield not good fruit, prepare to die at the hands of your Maker."
and it was so. The wrong brought forth flying lead. God and his riders took cover, and in the first lull of fire, the heavens Hellions fired upon the farmers of bad fruit. Striking them all, and God said that it was good. And dusk till dawn was the third ride. God said,
"We ride for justice, but have no firmament to give light upon the search."
and it was so. God made 2 lights, the greater light to help in the day search, and the lesser light to add in the night hunt. God placed the lights into the sky and gave light to the ride. They rode day and over the night to search for evil to smite. And God saw it was good. Dusk till dawn was the 4th ride. God said,
"I'm hungry."
God created pigs and all the other breakfast meats and slew them for the great meal. They squealed and moved, and God saw it was good. God said,
"Here is fruit, horse. Eat and multiply, so we have pack animals to carry the bodies."
dusk till dawn was the 5th ride. God said,
"Let the ride continue, for wicked creatures creepeth upon the earth, and do wrong against me."
and it was so. God made towns to restock the ride, and saloons to give his riders rest, and doctors to carve bullets from flesh. And God saw it was good. God said,
"Let us make cowboys in our image, and let them have dominion over the towns, and over saloons, and over the brothels, and over the whole world of the West, and every creeping villain upon the desert."
So God created the cowboy in his own image. Male and female, he created them. And God blessed them. He said unto them, "Raise cattle, and condemn all who wrestle them. Have domination over your land, and over all living on your property." God said,
"Here, children, I have given you every herb-bearing seed to feed your cattle, and every tree to hang your hat. To you it shall be a ranch, and every beast of the earth Protect them from rustlers, for they are food and livelihood.
God saw everything he had made, and it was very good. Dusk till dawn was the sixth ride. Thus the heaven and the earth were finished, and knew vengeance and law. And on the seventh day, Judge God ended his ride, and built a new gun. And Judge God blessed the gun and sanctified it, because his skill was superb. It was never to jam, and quick to reload. And he placed the steel in the town of Dodge. Judge God then placed the cowboys in Dodge, and gave them the great river Colorado and its sister streams. The first was the Platte, encompassing the Colorado Territory, where gold would be found and fought. The name of the second river was Cherry, and it encompassed the whole of Wyoming. The third river was the Rio Grande, which goeth toward the south of Arizona. Judge God said to man,
You may freely eat, drink, and gamble, but do not cross your fellow cowboy, for in the day thou cross thy fellow rider, and thou shalt surely be gunned down.
Judge God said,
It is not good that the cowboy should be alone. I will make him a partner to ride into the horizon.
and out of the ground Judge God made a steed man could tame, and brought it and more unto the ranch's trail boss. And whatsoever the trail boss called every living creature, that was the name thereof. The trail boss named the cattle and the fowl, and to every beast of the prairie. But for the trail boss, no help was found. The Judge God caused a deep sleep to fall upon the trail boss after a hard ride, and he took the trail boss's gun. And the gun made a sharpshooting cowgirl, and he brought her unto the trail boss. And they were without firearms, cowboy and cowgirl, and they were not ashamed. Now, the gambler was more subtle than any cowboy of Dodge. He said unto the cowgirl,
You seem like a pretty straight shot. Are you a gunslinger?
The sharpshooter said to the gambler,
I'm the best shot in Dodge, but the Judge God has forbid all guns, so I cannot practice my skill. For if I had a gun, I'd become a rustler.
The gambler said to the cowgirl,
You shall not become a rustler unless you want to steal. For God just doesn't want you to be better than He. Let me show you where the greatest gun I've ever seen is kept.
When the sharpshooter was brought to the gun, she saw it was pleasant to the eyes and weight perfect in the hand. The gun fired true, and she took it to the cowboy, and he did see her shot. And their eyes were opened by her skill. They knew the cowgirl was the best shot in all of creation, and they fashioned holsters to contain the gun. The Judge God came to Dodge on a cool day, and the trail boss and the sharpshooter hid their holsters amongst the trash of Dodge. The Judge God called out to the trail boss and said unto him,
What are these holsters doing in the trash?
The trail boss said,
I heard some people found the gun and crafted holsters to house the gun.
Judge God said,
Who told you about my gun? Hast thou shotten the gun when I have forbid guns from being shot?
The trail boss said,
It was the sharpshooter who found and then shot the gun.
Judge God said to the cowgirl,
What have you done?
The sharpshooter said,
The gambler did cheat me, and I did shoot.
Judge God found the gambler in the brothel and said unto him,
Because you have done this, you are cursed above all cattle and pack animal. Upon your hand I brand you a cheat, and distrust you shall meet at the tables all your days. And I will put feud between trail boss and sharpshooter, and between your kind shall count to 10 before your fire. Unto the sharpshooter I will greatly multiply the sorrow and grief from hitting your target. In sorrow you will never miss, and they will work for the trail boss and shoot for food.
Into the trail boss, he said.
Because you fired the gun and crafted holsters to carry the gun, of which I commanded never to be fired again, cursed to till the ground and never ride again all the days of your life. Thorns and tumbleweeds is all you shall harvest, and that is all you'll have to survive. When you are overworked and thirsty, you shall have hard tack to eat until you return to the ground.
Judge God crafted them dusters and hats and clothed them. Judge God said,
Behold, man has become as one of us, to fire a well-crafted gun and slide it into a holster, and now could take my life and be the judge of the Dodge territory.
So Judge God formed a posse and ran the two out of town. He placed watchmen with burning torches and fiery marshals who could shoot with both hands to keep law in Dodge. This was the creation and the fall.